are now listening to the sound of Johnny Buffalo, DJ Hershey, WEMF.
You realize that's another show's intro, right? She just said you're now listening. Hey, I'm Pat B.
And I'm Adam Willis.
And you're listening to the Geek Down here on WEMF Radio.
Leaping forward bionically.
Oh, hit it. Time, jazz. You know why? Because I'm pumped up. Anthem. Oh, I got Joel Doomy's evil. Why? Because Alice Cooper down my heart. I'm sorry, my dark lord. I spoke out of turn. You'll have to forgive me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Geek Down here on WEMF. I am Pat B. In the house. I look to my left. He's actually rocking a pretty from Beetlejuice costume. I'm talking about Black Adam Willis.
Yeah, it was the wrong color, though. Happy Halloween, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, man. Oh, yeah. Baby. I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah, that's a lot of help. I do like Alec Baldwin, though.
He was the man in that movie.
And I want to see some Halloween movies this week, to bring on the show and review and everything like that. But the only horror movie out there is the Medea's Halloween movie, and I'm probably not going to go out and watch that, right?
Don't do it yourself.
It is the scariest movie out, though, by far.
Some hauntings just cannot be unseen.
Yeah, sure.
But no, where's your costume, man? This is the Halloween extravaganza we got going on.
Where's your costume?
Baby,
what do you got?
Who do you think you're talking about?
Under the
right
5 layers you got, that's not much of a costume.
I play the game, yes. All right, yeah, no, it's all good, man. In the house, we also have... Are you ready to party on, Wayne?
I am absolutely ready to party on.
You ready to party on, Garth?
Yeah.
All right, you all go. And also, I'm looking across at the slimiest of slime.
Slime.
Hey, Amy McCobb and just Johnny joining us in the house.
Yep.
I actually submitted my picture to Super Deluxe doing their live thing on Facebook today, and I got totally roasted, and it was great.
Nice. They said Sexy Slimer's missing something?
They said I was too spoopy, which is the highest compliment I can be paid.
Is that
Too what?
Spoopy.
Spoopy.
Oh, I just learned about that word.
So
wait, can you fill me in?
Is it because of the post someone made complaining about it?
Garth filled me in.
Oh, okay.
Earlier.
Spoopy is very important. Spoopy comes from this picture on the internet that some idiot made a sign that's supposed to say spooky, and it was being sold in a craft store, but it said spoopy instead.
It's like when I was on a bus as a kid, and we used to write on the windows when it would get foggy, and she tried to write sweet cake, but she wrote sweat cake.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly that. And then now there's also creppy, which is another favorite. There was a cake with a spider on it that said creppy instead of creepy. But spoopy has come to be this kind of cute spooky thing, or if something tries to be spooky but fails, it's spoopy.
Oh.
So it's the highest compliment I could be paid. So shout out to Super Deluxe for totally nailing it on my picture submission.
Very spoopy. I got you.
Oh, Amy McCobb representing the spoopiest of spoop here on the Geek Down. We have a fun show for you. We have news. We have reviews. We have I'm gonna butcher it, but Asterios Kokkinos.
Sure.
Oh, come on, help me out. You've got we've got a very awesome comedian calling in later on. Man, he takes nerddom to new levels, to scholarly degrees of geekdom, and we're happy to have him on the show. But first, let's get into some news. The first story I took down just because this was damned interesting. And it's good to see celebrities actually using their powers for good instead of
drugs and
that. But no, Ashton Kutcher has helped rescue 6,000 plus sex trafficking victims. Now, Thorn is an organization that Kutcher started with his ex-wife Demi Moore, and it was established in 2008 to fight sex trafficking and child pornography. So what they do is they build tools for law enforcement to prioritize their prioritize their caseload and recover victims to find traffickers. Now, on a recent talk show, it wasn't The View or anything. It was one of those. The Kathy Lee show. I look around blank faces. Y'all don't. All right, Kathy Lee gives a person who has a talk
we
show
got it. We don't need to.
All right. Well, on the recent talk show appearance there, he was there to promote his new show, but he actually chose to talk more about the organization and announced that the organization itself learned that trafficking and finding victims primarily occurs on the internet. So they started a new initiative, and what they're doing now is they're building digital tools to combat this. And this year alone, they found, identified, and recovered over 6,000 trafficking victims.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think two things when I read the story. It was
That
like
Ashton
one.
Kutcher was trafficking himself. I know. I had that same thought. But
Well, the first was just like, wow, that's really great, and glad he's using his money to do that. But two is why did it take Ashton Kutcher to have this happen?
yeah, it's a little,
Why
it's a little
can't
out
they
there,
just
right?
like put that stuff in there in place in general? If it was just like all matter of money, that's all it was?
I
Like,
don't know. I think it's
how
exposure.
did he
like,
come up with this thing? Like, oh, I'm just gonna do that, and we got all this. We got 6,000 people we found. You know what I mean? Why did it take Ashton Kutcher? Why didn't they
Yeah,
just
it's a,
put something like that in place in the first place? You
well,
know?
important causes often get overshadowed by the fact is they're not fun. You know, you got to think Ashton Kutcher's a guy who's notorious for he's like a party guy. He's like a guy who's got a very like positive image.
Wears
you know.
trucker hats and does all that
Yeah,
fun
that.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, that
He
too. But
wears
that's not the
trucker
most.
hats. What's not to love?
Well, I don't think like dude. It's not Sean Penn.
Right.
Like a
Woof.
dude who's just constantly doing woof.
Stuff. Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah, but that's a dude who's heavy into like his causes. And Ashton Kutcher's a dude who has a different image, but apparently he's still aware of these things and doing what he can, kind of from a different point of view. I think that's why it's come to light now. It's maybe generational. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mentioned Sean Penn specifically because this dude does tons of stuff, but he's just this stuffy old guy.
Yeah.
That I see him in anyways.
Yeah, they definitely have certainly different images and stuff. But from what I understand about Ashton Kutcher as well, is he's actually, he has that image, but he's a pretty well-read guy.
Yeah,
from everything I
that's-
hear about it and stuff. You see him appear on like Bill Maher's show and stuff like that. And I guess
He's
he's like
definitely very into. I don't want to say into, but very keyed into world politics. Very keyed
Yeah.
into a lot of different causes and things of that nature. And something interesting about this story is one of the things that he actually helped initiate is I had been reading into it, something where they ask people to submit photos of their hotel rooms. That it helps police identify known hotel locations, so that people would actually say, oh, if you're staying in a hotel room, take photos of it and submit, just the room itself. You don't need to be in it, so that they can have this database of, okay, so this is, such and such hotel on Sunset Boulevard. And if they get pictures of a girl in a room and they can say, oh, you know what, that room is a match to this location, they can identify the hotel. So that's something that he kind of was promoting for a while, was this taking pictures,
safety hacks and
exactly
stuff,
like taking pictures in your hotel room and submitting them so they know, the Omni Plaza, whatever, if they have pictures of, two girls in the lobby, they can match it to that.
That's good. That's pretty slick, because one of the ways one of the victims actually identified how she, like one of the former victims, one of the rescue victims, identified how she actually got caught up in the life there. And then they sold her. They sold her like through an online posting at Craigslist ad. Like, you're buying a car. Hey, it's a young girl. She's 22, only has like 4,000 miles on her, some BS like that. But they post up a picture of her just posed on a bed in that hotel room.
And that's exactly what it is, that they say, oh, we saw this ad for a girl in this hotel room and it's a match to this known hotel. They may not be able to catch that specific group, unfortunately, but if they tend to, reuse locations, if they know something's a quote-unquote safe area for them to use. So it's a really good tool, and Ashton Kutcher had actually had like an awareness campaign of, hey, please submit to this thing.
Yeah, more power to him. I'm glad to see that someone with his image is using his influence.
You said Demi Moore was involved with this. Is she still involved as well?
There was no word on that. He was mostly the mouthpiece, and I'm not sure if that's like her lesser involvement in the recent years, or if it's just like still a sore spot because they're no longer together, but they're still co-founders and chairs of the organization itself.
Right.
I mean, it's a good cause, so I don't anticipate that would be.
Yeah, I'm not gonna it fizzled out with marriage.
But there's still might be bad blood, man. I've still got like co-custody of a cat that I see every other weekend.
You have visiting rights to the cat?
Yeah.
You get like every other weekend.
Deadbeat cat dad, man. What can I say?
Yeah, sure.
All right, but now if anyone wants to check up on this, the organization is called Thorn. And by Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore. They're doing good things, man.
Can't wait for the movie.
They're aiming to get child pornography completely eliminated from the internet, and they're doing good things with sex trafficking now.
You probably just have to blow up the internet.
Blow up the internet. I don't know, man. Where am I gonna get those memes?
Yeah,
it's all about the cat memes, baby.
It's all about the cat memes.
I need a fix. All right, but no. Next news story, dude. This one's gonna hurt people, man. I use my serious voice for this. Team Vine and Twitter announced that Vine would close down in the coming months. Since going public in November of 2013, Twitter, who owns Vine, has yet to turn a profit. Now, with the additional competition and waning interest in a buyout, they've announced that they're cutting about 350 jobs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's not 9% of its workforce, man.
Yeah,
That's pretty big.
yeah. I mean,
350 people?
and they're
Right,
not
without a job?
Well, a company that's making no money, 350 people
Yeah.
is significant.
Yeah, this is a subset of Twitter. It's not.
Yeah, but
it's not
350
Twitter as a
people in
whole.
the grand scheme of things
Yeah.
isn't like that.
Well,
Wow.
figure like 350 people, all working for free day in, day out, and you still have to. Actually, no, not working for free. You are not making any money, but you still have to pay them out. And they operate this one faction. Okay, even better. Adam, you are Voltron. Okay, your foot hasn't been pulling its weight. All right, you need to like scrape off that line. You know, find see if one of the Power Ranger droids.
you should teach
Zords
economics,
is-
Pat.
Well, you know what? I
You should-
took classes in this. I'm very educated.
No, I get
in
the,
Not-
this.
not
I
at
get
our
the
college.
economics part of it. I'm
No,
just
not at our
saying, like,
college.
350 people, like, if it's a big company,
Yeah.
it's not.
All
Well,
right,
what's
well,
interesting
to Adam,
is
to
there's-
Adam,
their jobs, not that
350
big a
jobs
deal.
and
No.
families does not matter.
Well,
That's
We
a
understand where you're
medium.
coming
That's a
from
good
now.
medium-sized company. We're talking like probably a bankroll of like 30 million a year just to keep those people employed. So it's not nothing. Nothing to, you know.
Well, one of the
sneeze
things
at.
that's interesting about the Vine not takedown, because they're not, to clarify,
Mhm.
all that's happening is that the Vine app is no longer going to be functional in the sense that you cannot upload new Vines, but they're not taking down Vine.
Right.
No,
You can
they're-
still
Because I've watched a bunch
access-
of them.
But
You
they're
can
not going
still
to
watch
operate.
them. Don't worry, you can watch that lobster riding a skateboard as much as you want.
No, I like the one with the guy crossing over the basketball with the baby, and the baby falls over, and these guys just scream, and it's just like this little girl falls over, and
Yeah, man,
it's
it's too
hilarious.
But the thing with Vine is Vine itself became a huge platform for like lesser known people
to get
their
known,
word
yeah.
out, and now it's just not going to be available. Now, mind you, that's not because those things don't exist. It's I think since Vine became so popular, competition came and kind of blew it out of the water. Most people now are using things like Facebook Live,
Snapchat.
you know, Snapchat.
Instagram
videos,
has
yeah.
implemented a live feature / clips.
Yeah,
You can also now upload, I believe, up to 30-second videos onto Instagram, so it's no
I
longer.
think it's a minute now, actually.
Is it a minute?
Yeah.
Wow. Like, the point is that you can put, say, comedy. If you have a sketch group, you can put it. The thing with Vine was it was easily accessible in a way that people could get exposure if you were not already known.
Mhm.
And it seems interesting that, from what I was reading online, that they met with some more well-known Vine stars
Mhm.
that wanted to kind of get
Vine
on the bankroll. Vine stars, I know, 2016.
All
That
right.
wanted to kind of get on the Twitter bankroll, if you will, by providing content.
Mhm.
And Twitter was very, very against this, and that's one of the like death knells of Vine
Well,
was
see, that's the
people
thing, you
trying
think-
to monetize this thing that just like was a sinking ship.
Yeah, I
Cats
don't
can
know.
go to like YouTube and make more money. You
Yeah, it's
know,
just
cats can-
it seems so like 2016, like 6-second videos. It seems like okay, there's the death of the attention span right there, like
Yeah.
just as a prime example. You know what I mean? But also, I thought it was like if you were really good on Vine, like a really good video, it's like a lot goes into the, you know what I mean? Like a
Yeah,
lot goes
yeah.
into like a 6-second clip
There's
to
some
make it
real
memorable.
funny ones. And not
Yeah.
just funny, there's just like interesting ones.
Yeah,
that-
like the raccoon stealing the cat food and running off. I don't know. It's just stupid stuff like
No.
that. It's 6 seconds, but it's stuck in your head.
My
You know what I
personal
mean?
favorite is the dude doing the Dexter.
Yeah.
Walk down the hallway. Surprise, mother.
Yeah.
Some fries,
yeah.
mother.
You know what it reminds me of? Like just
Wrong size, mother.
Vine in
Some
general.
dies, mother.
Is they did this thing called the Lumiere project where all these filmmakers did they had to do like it was like a 90-second movie,
Mhm.
basically like that, and they had to like David Lynch would do one, and a whole bunch of famous actors did it because like the Lumiere brothers who started film
Mhm.
and stuff like that. That's the length of the film was, you know what I mean? A lot of those early videos, so they had to like go back in the past and make it with like these old film cameras and do something really really short, and just how much time and energy to get something like memorable in that small little window. You know what I mean?
Did
So
you
it's
submit
kind of
for
like,
this? It sounds like.
What's
that? Did you submit for this?
oh, absolutely not. But
Yeah.
but I'm like, yeah, you're not going up against guys like David Lynch and David Fincher and people like
Well,
that.
sure,
So.
dude. That's how you make your name, all right.
In the
You know,
90-second video
you've
getting
got
thrown out of
things
the-
like Vine at your
Yeah.
disposal to build up to get your chops.
Yeah, that's just
You know, to build up your skills, and then you're ready to take down the jive suckers. Jim Jarmusch, who's he?
Oh man.
Jarmusch.
All
So,
right, well,
but it's 2016, such a mother, man. Everyone's We got somebody on the line?
We got someone on the line, man. I just want people to know you can still get your Vines. Like, they will be available. They're keeping the servers up. They're just not going to be like pushing the new ones. And I mean, basically, it's that coffin nail is very visible, and the hammer is the sword of Damocles. But you know what? Keep in mind, Twitter's still going, so we'll see the next thing. In the meantime, Facebook Live, represent. All right, so who do we have on the line, my friend?
Hello, you've got Asterios Kokkinos, your guest.
Hello.
Hey. All right, talking.
How you guys doing? Are you guys still talking about sex trafficking on your geek comedy show?
That's exactly what we talk about, man. There is nothing more nerdy than sex trafficking, child pornography. I don't know what you've been, but in 2016, no, we're talking to Asterios Kokkinos. How are you, man?
I'm all right. How you guys doing?
We are chilling. It is frosty in Boston. We're all here in costume. I'm not sure if you're watching along on the Twitch stream at twitch.tv/The Geek Down. But you can actually see us live here. We're doing hand gestures. We're all in costume.
Hey, friend.
Yo, what's up? Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not on the Twitch. I'm not near my computer. Can I please hear what you guys are wearing in order of sexiest to least sexy?
Oh, well, that would be Adam Willis. Go right ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just not wearing pants, yeah.
Whoa!
It's the radio, man.
You can get away with that here. Since you can't see, I'm dressed as Cerberus and have 3 heads, all of which are functional dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It's spectacular. There's even some steam coming out of their mouths.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with just the dedication, because that could not have been comfortable to bring up the stairs in this building.
But, dude, welcome to the Geek Down.
Wait. I'm in my Dr. Manhattan costume.
Oh, well,
so
obviously.
if you can't fail that, too. I'm just swinging all day. So we know Asterios is there, just laid back with some Cavassier in his den.
You know me, I'm just chilling the F out. Hey, I actually thought, because this is a nerd show, I thought you were going to be dressed as Dave Sims Cerebus, and I was going to be like, where's your huge misogynistic rant about how women drain men's creativity?
Wow.
I was saying boo earns.
Okay, for our listeners right there, Asterios just dropped just whipped out his nerd dick and flopped it on the table. All right, that's what's going on. I was gonna introduce like Wayne and Garth we have in the house here. You've kind of like killed the momentum. Wow.
That's what I do.
The party's off now.
The party's off. Party overweight. Party over. All right. Well, if you can't actually see what we're doing, that makes no sense. So I'll just jump right into it. We're talking with Asterios. You are a stand-up comic. You are a writer, an online contributor to several different outlets. You want to give our listeners a quick rundown of who you are and why you're awesome, buddy?
Sure. Okay. I'll talk about myself all day. Yeah. Look, I'm Asterios Kokkinos. I'm a comedian. I got a new book out called Toys for Cheap. It is a fake catalog of dangerous and insane toys. And you can find it on Amazon by searching the word toys, the number 4, the word cheap, or by going to devastatorpress.com/cheap. And I'm a comedian. I've been a comedian for a while. I was a comedian in Boston for a long time. And so I can definitely respect how friggin' cold it is there. I'm so sorry that you live there.
I know that you're scared.
I feel
well, dude, I hear you're one of
terrible.
us.
Feel terrible for you guys.
No.
I used to do sketch in Boston. I used to do sketch at the Improv Boston Theater. And I remember when I was in college just trudging through feet of snow and ice to go do sketch comedy for 3 old people who would leave halfway through the show.
Yeah,
it was not a good scene there. So I mad respect for you guys for making it down to the studio.
Isn't it like when you trudge through that much snow and you're that cold, is the last thing you want to do is be funny? That's the thing. That'd be the last thing I want to be is funny after that. Like I'd be so miserable.
I feel like it elicited a chuckle or two. Hopefully they would stay for it.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
All right. So after these people left your show, you chased them down and slashed their tires?
Well, we would get pretty drunk on the way to the show, so we could stay warm.
Good idea.
So we were usually just carried out of the theater by the helpful intern, who would just be like, "All right, I hope one day someone invents something called an Uber, because if that doesn't happen soon, we would all just die in the street." We would go to Bukowski's. Do you guys remember that bar?
Well, still there.
Still around, man.
Oh my God! Thank goodness. Okay, so here's the sad thing about. I graduated college in 2004, so that's like 13 years ago. Every single place I went to in Boston that was cool is now closed.
Oh no.
Yeah, Bukowski's still there. They have the peanut butter hamburger. That's still there.
Okay.
Maybe your problem is the
place
places
left.
you thought were cool actually weren't cool. Maybe that's it.
Shots
What?
fired.
Oh my God! Up and
snap.
down.
You haven't labeled any
together.
places. You haven't given any shout outs to any places. So I don't know. Like right
Well,
now, I'm
yeah.
thinking what you had in mind is cool.
What illustrious college did you attend?
Yeah.
I attended Emerson College for the soon to be unemployed.
as
And,
did I. And
what-
Pat.
okay.
Yeah, I think we may have actually walked together, dude. How sad is that?
And okay, the cool places. There used to be a place called the Shangri-La. It was on Beacon Hill.
Yeah, that's not there.
Seven.
That's long gone.
Yeah, it's definitely not there. The nice thing with the Shangri-La is that they would literally serve alcohol to like a 12-year-old orphan. They didn't care.
To be fair, no, if they served me, and for those who don't know what I look like, I right now look like a 12-year-old urchin. I never once got carded.
Never once.
Never once.
Wow.
Huh?
I got carded once in life. It was literally
Only
the
once?
week before. Only one.
So when
since then.
when Pat was 7 years old and tried to get a beer, he apparently got carded.
Well,
Never since.
in all fairness, I did sound like this when I was 7. So, you can get away with a lot. But no, it was a week before my 21st birthday, and a buddy of mine invited me to a film festival going on in the back room of a bar. So I tried to tell the dude, no, I'm not even here to drink. I'm just here for this film festival. And he got in fine. But God forbid they let me in. I don't know. I want to call racism, but it was a black dude keeping me out, man. Just, yeah.
But Asterios, you have 2 books out that I think are some of the funniest things ever done. It's Enemies of 20-something Mega Man. Do you want to?
Oh, you've read those?
I own both.
Oh my God. Yes. All right. So again, you can go to devastatorpress.com to buy my work. And so I put out these 2 zines. They're like these 12-page zines drawn by a really funny comic, Paige Weldon. They're called The Enemies of 20-something Mega Man. And the idea behind them is that I turned all the annoying people that you meet in your 20s into video game villains. So, for example, far too complex high fives man, hardcore about karaoke man, casually does cocaine man, vapes at inappropriate times man, won't stop Instagramming his baby man.
Okay,
All the greats.
Save for the cocaine.
Everyone
I
you
feel
run
like
into
you're
in your
personally
20s.
insulting me.
Do you Instagram your baby a lot, Pat?
All day. I told you, I get him one weekend. He's a little cat. I call him Gorilla. Yeah, he's awesome.
You Instagram your baby too much? You don't do cocaine while you Instagram your baby.
No, of course not. The baby does cocaine.
But yeah, everyone should check these out. They're super, super funny, especially if you are just, a fan of Mega Man or hate people. I feel like it just has a broad appeal here.
Dude, Mega Man though. First of all, when I heard that, 'cause I haven't read the book. I'm full disclosure. I'm a bad person, but that is one of my secret. I'll say secret fetishes, and I was severely excited.
You mean Roll or Mega Man?
Man, Rush. Keep that to yourself.
No. Your secret's safe with me and all of the listeners.
No, dude, I'm a huge fan, man. What was the inspiration like to go Mega Man specifically? Because I know some folks would have gone, well, the Brady Bunch characters would have, and but you actually took it. You actually had flavor.
Oh well, I mean honestly, the nice thing about Mega Man villains is that you can just kind of come up with anything and stick the word "man" to the end of it. Like
trade secrets.
So, yeah, like literally, I think like there's both Iceman and Snowman. Like they ran out of elements to turn into bad guys. There's like so many Mega Man villains. Like there's like I think there's like a Cut Man.
There's a Bumerang Man.
Blade Man.
Wait, are we doing this? Can we go? Can we have the nerd out?
Are we just naming different
Okay,
guys?
okay, cool. Because I
Is that
want to point
happening?
out there's Fireman, Flame Man, Heat Man,
Reptile Man.
Reptile Man.
Yeah, there's Reptile Man.
Oh man, because there's also Snake Man.
Yep.
What the crap? There's Airman.
We've uncovered a
Dust
conspiracy here.
Yeah, Airman, Dustman, Tanaka Man, which is the one that always threw me. Because what the hell? Tanaka? It's not an actual thing. That's the last name.
Guts Man.
Wasn't that named after like a wrestler? Like, wasn't that the idea behind Tanaka Man? It was like he was just like a very strong guy, much like Guts Man, another very strong guy.
Oh man, wait. So you've got the inside stuff, man. Regale us.
I may have spent a day or two around the Capcom offices, just going through a dictionary and looking for words that could become evil robot masters. Let me think. I gotta say, I think my favorite Mega Man character is Proto Man.
Ah,
such a jerk.
I mean, he's
got
the best
cool
of the best.
Scarf.
I'm not gonna do the whistle, but da 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 da. And that has gotten me many of a drunken slap in the face after at parties at 4 a.m. Like,
so you're doing stand-up right now, and I saw that you performed at the Comedy Store, of course, which is a very famed comedy club out there. And what's the feeling like walking down that hallway and you see all the that hall of photos of all the legends that have performed there? What's it feel like to perform on that stage when you know so many people have been on that stage before you?
Yes, tell Adam, how big was your boner?
I have to say, stand-up is. It's a lot more fun when you're drunk. I will say that. You have to find the right level.
This is doing anything.
I think there's like that Michelin Web look sketch where it's like the perfect amount of alcohol is 1.5 drinks. Like if you can have 1.5 drinks, you can do anything, but anything more and anything less, and you're completely useless.
Right. Yeah.
The problem is at the Comedy Store, they make these gigantic scorpion bowls.
So every drink's more than the allotted amount.
Yeah, that's not 1.5.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's not. Yeah, it's also not a bad thing though. I mean, if your proportions are off, I mean, you go still have at it.
Look, I'll do it. I'll get up on that stage stinking drunk. It's just I will have a much better time than the audience. Because in my head I'll be killing it, and then like later I'll watch it on video, and it's like, oh, look at this! There's like a slurring mess on stage who's trying to get his jokes out about the Animatrix, and none of them are landing. Wow, what's wrong with this guy?
Well, no, your mistake there was the Animatrix is a prestige project.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You also, I wanted to give a shout out to something you had up earlier in the month on Something Awful that I really liked. Seeing as it is Halloween today, you had Cartoonstones.
Oh, yeah.
Posted, they were really funny. For those who don't know, you can go to somethingawful.com and check these out. But my personal favorite was you had one for the Street Sharks, and it just said, only 90s kids will remember these corpses. And it was just, it was so on point. It was so on point. That whole series of just different tombstones and little eulogies for 90s cartoons. You have a really good eye for the quick wit.
I think one of them was the biker mice from Mars.
Yes.
I think the epitaph was, even we can't believe we existed. And that's the biker mice from Mars.
No, we talk about that all the time on
love
this
that show.
That's all you might.
How many furries do you think came from biker mice from Mars and the cowboys of Moo Mesa?
Oh, don't. The cowboys of Moo Mesa.
I don't know.
Guns. Don't taint my happy childhood.
What, Cowboys of Moo Mesa, Street Sharks, and Biker Mice from
Samurai
Mars.
Pizza Cat.
Samurai Pizza Cats weren't like super buff.
What is a Samurai Pizza Cat?
The Stone Protectors is one of my favorites.
Stones on a roll.
Yeah.
Well, Samurai Pizza Cats was an actual anime, is the thing. But like all those other ones were just like weird. There used to be like a series of mini hot dogs that you could cook in the microwave that were Biker Mice from Mars themed.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember buying those.
Wait, Esther, did we just blow your mind?
Yes. I have to go now and eat 20-year-old hot dogs.
It
I'm
can be
going
done.
to see what's on eBay.
To the internet.
Wash it down with some original Ecto Cooler.
Oh.
Sounds like a hell of a Halloween, man.
You got plans, apparently.
See you guys later. I gotta go get diarrhea. Something serious.
All right. So let's give you the floor here. So shameless plug. What have you got going on? What do you want to push?
Look, I got this new book out. It's called Toys for Cheap. It's a fake toy catalog. You can find all sorts of crazy fake toys in it. For example, we've got Stretch the Truth Armstrong, the only doll that lies on his resume. Oh, God, I'm coughing in the middle of my plug. We've got ourselves We've got ourselves a Lana Del Rey gun, which you shoot yourself in the throat with it and it turns your voice to a smoky, depressing mess. We've got a bunch of Confederate money. Don't ask us why we have so much of this. Just buy it. We've got John Candyland. John Candyland. It's the game that benefited most from the death of John Belushi.
Oh.
We've got Tickle Me Elmore Leonard. He says over 10 spare pithy phrases that evoke humanity's worst. And when you squeeze his hand, he just tells a lot of stories about how Get Shorty got taken away from him in editing. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, and then finally, one of my favorite toys is My Digital Stepdad. It's a little Tamagotchi of a bald guy with a mustache. And when you push his buttons, you can either blame him for your divorce, tell him that he's not your real dad, or ask him for money. And you can find these toys and more at Toys for Cheap. You can go to Amazon.com and search for the word toys, the number 4, the word cheap, or go to DevastatorPress.com/cheap.
Dude, you are
awesome. Thank you so much.
You had me at Tamagotchi.
Gotta get it.
That's almost as good as Vin Diesel pitching Street Sharks.
As Vin Diesel.
That was really good. Vin
That
Diesel,
was-
which if people out there haven't seen, that's a real thing of
That's
Vin
a real
Diesel
thing, yeah.
basically selling Street Sharks to you.
Yep.
Yeah, I also feel, Asterios, when we get you off air, we got to actually school you on Samurai Pizza Cats. I feel like this is something you've missed out on and will change your life.
I know I can do a better impression of the announcer than you can.
Oh, you're hip?
You do. Oh, yeah. Do it.
Oh.
Who do you call when you want some pepperoni?
Oh, my God.
Samurai Pizza Cat. They're fighting all crime, and you know it's no baloney. They're Sweetie Cerise. He's the leader of the group. You know, a hell of a fighter. Backs a hell of a lunch. And little Polyester is never afraid of going into battle when the bad guys invade.
Oh
Here come the Pizza Cats. They're so bad. They've got more fur than any turtle ever had.
Well,
Don't even
there's
start with
the
me,
Halloween.
you guys, this is amateur hour.
Johnny had no idea. Johnny's
the
the one that had no idea
I
who
had
the
no
Pizza
idea.
Cats were. Now he's been totally wrecked.
You
so.
have ruined this man's adulthood.
You've also ruined our chances of exporting this video to YouTube. We're going to get flagged on content ID so
I'm
badly.
not sure about that one.
That was spot on. I'd never heard it before, but it sounds like it was spot
It
on.
was spot on. So that's your Halloween costume, man.
Yeah, also, I didn't realize it was that well known. My porn name is Guido Anchovy. I'm going to have to change it now. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Well, thank you
Asterios.
so much, man. We're so jealous.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Well, hold on. Legit question before you go, just so cats can Google you and our audience can look in to it. You want to spell your name for us? Because I know you're.
It's a weird name. It's very Greek. You can go to twitter.com/Asterios. That is ASTERIOS. Or to AsteriosKokkinos.com. Again, that's ASTERIOSKOKKINOS. Thank you guys. You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks for being here.
Party on.
All right. So that was Asterios Kokkinos. Freaking crazy. And
play him off. That was the sleeper hit. Is the Samurai Pizza Cats? My goodness.
Where did that come from? Left field like a mother.
Incredible.
Yeah, and Adam was rendered speechless. How often does that? Because I mean, this man just in quiet reflection of his love for biker mice from Mars, and I know it's a sore spot, man. It is for me too. We didn't mean to take you there. You gonna be all right?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
All right. I want to hear what's going on with Wizard Lizard.
Wizard Lizard.
RPG that came out just recently from.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Nah, it's
have
okay.
it in front of me.
Amy Macabre got the lowdown. You actually got to check this out for yourself.
Yes.
Indie game debuted at PAX in 2016.
Which I missed at PAX. Sadly, I clearly missed this adorable game and did not see it.
They
at
gave
PAX
out free
itself.
plushies.
Yeah, I was just totally blanked on it, I guess. I was too busy eating a giant turkey leg.
That's okay. They had a dragon there we could pet too. I mean, you really missed out.
I want Flyzins on a dragon.
It's not the same. Not the same. He gave free rides.
Oh man.
None of this happened.
That's okay, because you know what happened? I got to play Wizard Lizard,
Well, tell us
which
about
is
it, please.
available on Steam, and it is a kind of old school little RPG. You play as aforementioned Wizard Lizard, and you're trying to like save the day. And what made this game a little quirky and different from others is almost in a Kirby-like manner. His ability is to not eat and absorb, but to become his enemies. So using his little lizard magic, you'll be playing through a level, which is very classic old school kind of RPG. Like you bump into a bad guy and it's like, what do you do? Okay, do I shoot it? Do I hit it? Do I run? You know.
Do I consume?
And then you can become it. So like, let's say you're, fighting a little bat or something. You are suddenly now, you are the bat. And you complete the level.
You said that you are the bat.
Yes. Feel the bat. Become the bat. So you become the little enemies that you fight. And it's just really cute. It has really fun music also. It just had good, cute little music to it. And I have to say, quick game. Not too much to it. Everything gets a little repetitive after a while. But if you are a fan of this kind of old school RPG little Steam game, it's a nice couple hours in the afternoon. And it's definitely something that I wouldn't say go out of your way to play if you're not overly a fan of this genre of gaming, which is the kind of like, I want to say like mid-90s RPG. It reminds me a lot of different kind of side-scrolling games. Like Lunar 2 would be a good example of it. Reminds me a lot of that.
Okay, because I got a sense of, there was a game called Crystallis.
I never played that.
All right, it was figure if Legend of Zelda had more cross-dressing.
Oh, well, sign me up.
And was set in the far-off future of 1998. But that's the sense I got from some of the images. And it seemed like we talked about Mega Man. Is this the kind of game where you actually have to beat people to get their abilities, or are you a mid-game play and use it on the fly as just a general
you don't
game strategy?
You possess the body of who you defeat.
Ooh.
So you're basically
Zombified.
because the game is technically called Soul Thief. So you're stealing the very essence of who you're fighting, and you kind of go through the levels, and there's like little bosses. Like one of my favorites was a piranha plant.
Okay.
For example, it looks very much like in Mario, but he's just a little piranha plant that you have to fight. And then there's just all kinds of just really cute, like the levels all look very similar, and you're kind of fighting like minions, and then you go up against the boss, if you will.
Well, so was this worthwhile? Because it sounds like kind of like a banal. You had fun for 2 minutes, and the rest was.
Here's the thing: if you're a fan of this action RPG genre, it has a lot of throwbacks to old school games. It has a cute gameplay system, and I like the whole concept of like, oh, I'm possessing the enemy I've defeated, and it has some quirks to it. But I would say it's nothing innovative. It's nothing too new. If you're someone that's like, yeah, I could take or leave an action RPG, not really worth it. Oh. But if you're someone like me who genuinely enjoys this genre, I found it really fun. I recommend it to my best friend. Like, I think that people who already play this type of game would find it interesting. But it's not going to grab you if you're someone that plays, Overwatch. You're not going to enjoy this.
Okay, I can see that. Because I was thinking you said possession. I got images
of It's a lot less spooky than it seems.
Well, no. I mean, possession could be a cool thing. Do you remember?
Very cute.
Abe's Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you and you possess the other creatures. You walk them into a spike pit or or electrified doorway or something.
Or some sort of meat grinder.
Yeah, I mean, you make sauces out of them. It's hilarious. And then I imagine that in the platformer, like a QT platformer though. It's like Punky Skunk had a
I guess I would rate it like a 6 out of 10. Like, it's not the greatest game on earth, but it's certainly not like the worst. If it's cheap, try it out. But otherwise, don't run to get it. It's pretty cheap on its own, but then again, if it's like Steam sales, it falls into that bundle a lot where it can be particularly cheap. So, okay, I don't really know what else to say about it other than like cute game for if you love the genre. Really nothing that jumps out at me like, whoa, what a hip innovative game, what a twist on a classic.
This is bumming me out because the name was so freaking cool.
No, but it's cute. No, I
Wizard
don't want
Lizard.
So because of the name,
I don't want to give the wrong impression that it's not a fun game. I just don't feel that if you already play this genre of game, you're not going to be like, whoa, I suddenly am into action RPGs. This is not the game that's going to grab you because it is very repetitive.
So it's probably an instance of there's so many other great games out there. You might as well play those other games that are better.
Yeah,
because
this one's okay.
Yeah.
This game's okay. I liked it. It's the kind of thing that I enjoyed a couple hours, but will I go back to it repeatedly? I don't see myself being like, whoa, I gotta play this all the time. Then again, I'm a horrible gamer, as y'all know. I play like 2 games repeatedly. I'll be like, oh, my demon hands are playing Pokemon again. Whoop, new Pokemon out next month. That's all I'm playing. I don't think I own more than 6 cartridges. I just play some Steam games randomly. I'm terrible. Fake gamer. No, I love Lord of the Rings Online.
I almost made fun of you for saying cartridges, but now they're coming back.
Cartridges.
They are coming back.
Wait,
No,
what?
I know, that's the thing.
Cartridges left?
Cartridges, yeah.
How do you play games?
They never really left.
They left enough.
What?
Where'd they go?
They're on
What are you
handheld.
talking about?
Handheld had cartridges.
Handheld is for
Cartridges.
suckers, okay?
It
Dude.
counts. It
Home
counts.
Pokemon.
PC
Yeah.
where it's
Pokemon's in like 2 weeks, man.
Yep.
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
The
Pokemon
new-
Sun and Moon are coming out.
Oh, that's,
I'm gonna
It's
buy.
gonna
I
be
got
all
a,
the rage.
a physical cartridge will
Huh?
arrive at my house.
That's not a thing.
It's all about Litten.
I can't.
Am I
do it.
right?
Nah,
No?
no, I need that Juggalo seal.
Adam,
What?
you're awfully quiet.
Give me
over
that.
there.
It's like
how's your
Pokilo or
Pokemon?
Yeah,
something
give me
like
that Juggalo seal.
Nah, Litten.
Juggalo
Litten.
seal. I always do water starter. Always.
Fiery cat.
Yeah, but who's
I'm
gonna,
all about the fire.
which one is gonna wreck the other in the first battle?
Oh, all right, yeah. Litten will get handed to it. But I mean, cats, it's natural. Cats don't get wet, right?
Well,
This one's flaming. It's like a double whammy.
Herb, are you a Pokemon player too?
Not since Red.
Okay, cool. Just checking, because I mean, I
I
love
love Pokemon. It's the only game series that I genuinely get a new game every single time. I will buy a new system if I have to.
Did you play Go?
Pokemon Go. Yeah, I like plot. I like Pokemon because it's an RPG. So I have Pokemon Go, but I'm like level 12. It's not the greatest thing ever. But for me, because I'm not a gotta catch 'em all, I like make a team, and then I have, that's my friends, and we go on our adventure, and I gotta be the very best, but I don't necessarily need to catch them all. So Pokemon Go hits the wrong fun receptors for me.
All right. Well, I love these moments. Oh, and Asterios has a series where he played Pokemon Go, and kind of just like streamed the progress.
Yes.
We should have talked about that.
Oh,
Anyways,
well.
I love
You
these
can't talk
moments
about
in the
everything.
show where the rants come up, and then I can just take a look to the left and see the look on Adam's face that
It's
says,
glazed like a donut.
"You effing nerds! How did I end up?"
Never played once.
It's all right, man. Just appreciate the hours of your life you've saved by not.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
count 'em, yeah.
Okay, but I'm gonna jump into a comic review real quick because I got to check out In the Spirit of Halloween. I got to check out a book called Boo. It's a collection of Halloween stories, and I was damned unimpressed. And not gonna try to be like a hard, it's gotta terrify me to be proper Halloween fare. I need to be scared. Nothing like that. I just want some interesting Halloween stuff. I get in the spirit of seasons. You all know me. I'm that a-hole that digs the holidays and stuff. Christmas, Halloween, Easter, even.
Yes,
all
that
things.
makes you an asshole.
I'm well aware of how my enthusiasm rubs people the wrong way. I've made peace with this. But Halloween is one of those days where, dude, I get into it. I love it. I'm wearing the freaking understated, but still, the necktie is part of my ensemble today, man. The shirt I wanted to come in face paint, but it wasn't apropos for the tee.
What are you gonna do? What were you gonna face paint? Are you gonna be the
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior?
I'm in face paint.
No, the Ultimate Warrior. Yo,
That would have
I
been
should
good,
do that
man.
one day. I'll just
That would've been
start
it, bro.
spouting
Step
racist
into the
stuff.
cockpit.
That or like
Okay.
a Juggalo. I could see you as the Juggalo.
Juggalo.
We'll get a
The
nice
Juggalo?
mountain
Yeah.
of cocaine.
My favorite wrestler
Wait,
is
what?
just the Juggalo.
What?
No.
The Juggalo.
Wait.
No, I'll combine
Did
them all.
he never do cocaine?
I'll combine
Am I
them
wrong?
all. I'll combine them all. It'll just be like, oh, magnets
Just go as Goldust.
get energy from the sun.
Gold.
But still, how do they work?
Are you being a Juggalo wrestler? Because I'm dying inside right now.
That was the
Yeah,
Ultimate
that was good.
Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior as a
Did
Juggalo.
you know? So fun fact. Did
And
you
I
know
tried
that
to work
there's
in Donald
actually
Trump at the end with the.
Did you know that the Juggalo Wrestling League is one of the best independent circuit wrestling leagues in America?
I did not. Herb,
Did you know that that's completely a real thing, and I'm not making it up right now? They have Sabu.
Really?
Sabu.
Yeah,
Is he a Juggalo now?
he's been at the gathering of the Juggalos.
Damn. Okay.
Sabu was on him and Rob Van Dam were on an episode of Ancient Aliens with Action Bronson. And
Yeah,
it
that was
pretty
good. Well,
wild.
technically, that was
What?
Action Bronson watches Ancient Aliens.
Yeah.
Is this a regular series?
It's
Hold
a
on.
Vice
Vice,
series.
It's on
Yeah,
Vice.
it's like Action Bronson gets together with a bunch of people and they watch Ancient Aliens and just get really stoned the whole time. I don't know how Action Bronson got like the keys to Vice to have like all these shows, but he has the greatest life I think right now.
I'm
He
pretty
just
mad
walks
at him
around,
for eating good
eats
food.
and
Yeah.
eats the best food, smokes weed, and then like sits down and watches TV with his friends. It's like I don't know how he's managed to get all these shows and everything to work out that way, but
I'm a little hurt that you
something
say
we don't
this.
know. Yeah.
What do you think this show is supposed to be? We get here, I bring the snacks.
Where's
we
our
just
free
talk about-
food?
Yeah, you're not like cooking us like $5,000,
Yeah.
I
Where's
just
my
can't-
truffles?
cuisine here,
Where's
guy.
my truffles?
Man, how many times have I bought you all free water and saltines? No love.
You
Yeah.
can't
No
even eat
appreciation.
saltines.
If we
I
were
can't
like
eat
on
saltines,
a
that's
mountainside
why-
in Europe and all that, then maybe we.
But for
you could
real,
say something.
to our listeners out there and in-house, Juggalo Wrestling League is a real thing that they have like really good wrestlers and really good matches at Gathering of the Juggalos, which I desperately want to go to this year.
Dude, that's so frightening.
You would never find me there.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
it's
go.
not- It's not like out
I'm
of
gonna
place.
go.
You
I
wait,
have 2 different friends that want me to go. I'm gonna go.
wait, are you gonna go in like full Juggalo makeup? Are
I
you a
can just-
Juggalo?
I mean, here's the thing.
Not that that's a bad thing. I'm
I
not putting it
skirt
down.
the
I don't want
line
to-
because I really just love Gamzee from Homestuck,
Mhm.
who showed up on Snapchat today. So hey, but I like have basically like tumbled into the Juggalo pit and I can't escape.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
I
Okay,
don't-
one of
My
know,
days of
I'm a
Fago.
non-practicing Juggalo, I guess, because I don't.
You
listen
know,
to the
it's
music.
interesting that the writer Nathan Rabin, he's one of my favorite film writers, and he worked for the Onion AV Club, and also, but every year he goes to the Gathering of the Juggalos, and he does a piece, a big article on it, and it's always one of my must reads every year. And that he does a write up of the Gathering and what it means to him and everything like that. How
wait,
his
what
experiences
it
there.
means to him, like it's a religious
Yeah,
experience?
like everybody who goes there is like really really into it. And yeah, it's funny you say religious experience because a lot of it feels like almost like Christian rap. And
No,
I'm not kidding.
No,
like,
I've heard that.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
like it's a very pay attention, by the grace of God, it's really like there's
They're
a lot
pretty
more to it,
religious.
which makes it creeps me out a lot more because it's like it's just seems
Jesus clowns.
But at the same time, you
Find
read
the
these stories.
hilarity in God.
Like there was a story not too long ago where this guy, and you can Google this guy, he cut off his girlfriend's pinky
Oh, geez.
and then put the blood in a shot glass and drank a shot glass of her blood in the
this a
spirit
juggalo?
of a juggalo. Yeah.
Oh,
because
great.
So it was as a sacrifice to these juggalos, and then they tried to cauterize the wound with a blowtorch. This is juggalo activity, and so
That's
there's
a little-
like
that's a little more
something
metal
with the
than
god,
hip-hop,
and then
though.
the drinking of
I
the
just
blood that doesn't
wanna
quite connect to me, but
Dance with my friends and see wrestling. And
yeah.
Ride a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
Eat
okay,
a
well,
corn dog or something.
It's
man.
like a no judgment zone. So I hear that's really good. And it's like they go there and you can be
You
exactly
can
who
show
you
your
want to be.
boobs. You cannot show your
Show
boobs.
your
No,
boobs.
Hey, no, I'm showing
but
the boobs.
it's supposed to be a safe
can't-
place.
Well, no, I get the
Not
sense
a
of
safe
I get
place.
the sense of community,
A
and I'm
horrible
into hip hop, and I got nothing against clowns. I enjoy the circus too. But
I
the
like-
combination of
It's
all these
2016,
things
and
in
you have to
one-
be like, I have nothing against clowns.
I'm
to our
well, no,
listeners
some
out
folks,
there, I have nothing against
Yeah.
clowns.
No,
we have a
Coolio
clown
went
in the
there.
back or over there. He's just
Coolio
chilling.
was at Gathering of the
He's
Juggalos.
not doing so
Word?
well.
Coolio.
Coolio.
He's hanging out.
Coolio for first Craig Mack.
Vanilla
and now
Ice is
Coolio.
a juggalo,
Vanilla Ice. Well, that's not surprising.
just so
Come
you
on.
know.
Vanilla Ice has like transitioned to so many different
Well,
phases.
he's a juggalo.
He's been metal.
He's
Like,
been metal.
full
I have that
He's
album.
been punk. He's been metal.
Yeah.
You,
Too
you-
He had
cold.
the dreads too.
You have
He did a remix
the vanilla. You
called
you
Ice
too?
Cold.
You have the Vanilla Ice album?
Stomping through the
I don't have
bayou.
it,
I
no.
have that
Oh, okay.
album, guys.
Yeah, that's you purchased this.
I've
and you've been-
always skirted the juggalos, I guess. I was real quick interjection for my personal life. I finally watched the movie Queen of the Damned, which I had never done because I love the Vampire Chronicles so much, and I almost had like a heart attack realizing that the singing voice for Lestat was Jonathan Davis of Korn.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah. yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Me and the Thriller Priest bonded over that. We got to have a long conversation off air. But this is so far off the point of this.
Sorry,
this
friend. I know
whack-ass
you have
book.
nothing against clowns, but
I've got no. See that's I have to say that because you can't say I like clowns or yeah, no, clowns are okay because it's always an extreme. It's like I'm afraid of clowns or clowns weird me out
you're
or something.
mildly indifferent to
Or-
clowns.
Yeah, they're clowns. They're not even my favorite part of the circus. I like those dudes who rode the motorcycle in that big globe. That was freaking cool. But it's like either folks assume, yeah, you're really scared of clowns and weirded out by them, or you've got some kind of fetish. And I'm like, no, can't I just be someone who, yeah, I'm aware of them. Don't bother me. They're funny at times. It's like, yeah, it's got to be a thing. So I always have to say, I've got nothing against clowns, and then I get chastised for it. Macabre.
Why don't you like my spooky brethren?
I'm sorry, it's too green. What? Oh, no, it's magnets. How do they work? No, I was talking about Boo, the collection of Halloween stories. One thing I actually found about hold on, let me give you the official description is crawling from their crypts, their vaults, their mansions and houses come 12 of the creepiest, kookiest, corniest, and I emphasize corniest, horror tales to terrify and pumpkin spice up your Halloween. Yeah, they actually said that. Dude, that's really all you need to know about.
And that's where I stopped reading.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Is there at least good artwork?
It varies because each one of these titles, each one of these stories is done by a different writer and a different artist. And some of them, the art actually was kind of slick. It seems like they went, I was going to say above their pay grade. It seems like they really went all out to get some top artists who I think really just want to do something like a cool Halloween book, which would be awesome if they didn't restrict them to like these 3-4 page, the whole thing's anthology style, and these 3-4 page vignettes where you get the sense of if this was a longer story, it actually kind of could have been kind of cool. Instead, it seems like they try to give you the hyper abridged version of Tales from the Crypt episodes.
How many?
Or it's like those spooky stories to tell in the dark kind of series.
Yeah, kind of.
You know what I mean?
But these are terrible stories.
These are bad.
The dog was really a rat from Mexico.
It's like picture a horror book, but bad.
That one stuck with me.
I
I'm
gotcha.
sorry. That one stuck with me forever.
No, they're all just okay. There's these girls. They have this secret sorority, and we don't know what goes on.
Lesbians.
No, not at all. That would have been awesome. That would have made my day.
Been, yeah.
No, it's just like they've got a whole thing going on. What is it? It's supernatural. Okay, cool. They just found out supernatural stories over. What? Whoa,
Lesbian
what?
witches.
Huh? Oh no, the whole. I'm not gonna go into spoiler territory.
Spoiler.
All I will say, no, it's not worth spoiling.
Oh God.
It's just so much badness. Like sometimes the art, you mentioned the art, got really confusing, and it's done by indie style artists who are really used to working, I'm guessing, in
with nobody
pencil.
like expecting anything.
Well, yeah. Yes.
It's indie. No one cares. Yeah.
But in pencil on large formats. So when you have them condensed in the comic panels,
It's a little
it's
blurry.
just no, not even just these really overly busy, confusing pages.
I got you.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on because in the word bubbles, it seems like an interesting story. And if I wasn't looking at a page full of squiggles,
Looks like it layered on top of you, like a little too.
Yeah.
Maybe they had to do that because of how limited their story space was.
possibly, but at the end, it just made some stories confusing. Other ones that could have been cool were far too short and abridged, and everything tried to end on M. Night Shyamalan style twist. And I mean, for one story, I get 2 stories, but all of them, and then you can't do that in like 3 or 4 pages. So with an anthology book, you want a collection of good stories, and this was a collection of the most mediocre. Like, I could tell they were trying too hard. Which, when they're half-assing it, I can deal. When they're trying too hard, I normally applaud their efforts, but I'm like,
Can't do that.
judging by the quality of the work and the art
That's
at least
unfortunate.
they should have known better. And what's really unfortunate is this is not the first. Excuse me, I think this is maybe the 4th.
Are we still describing
Why?
M. Night Shyamalan?
Just really shoddy twists, Tales from the Crypt style humor. Some of the titles are written by Eric Esquivel, Scott Faulkner, Andrew Ilha, Manning Kroll. If you know these names, they're not terrible. I think they were just forced into a bubble to crank this one out for Halloween, and I would definitely recommend a pass. And if you like Halloween, seriously, pass. Just
Well, that's what I was saying. It's
yourself.
like cranking out stuff for Halloween. How is there no Halloween movies? Like legit ones? Isn't there like a horror movie that usually has to come out like every year
I
that
think
you
we're
kind of
beyond
want
that,
to?
man.
Shin Godzilla, that's your monster flick right there.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that one.
But I'm talking about a movie that's
Damn
wide
sure made my
release that's
skin
actually
crawl,
in
yeah.
theaters for everybody. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
No, I feel you, man. I feel the season has kind of lost its way.
Shin Godzilla made me not want to be Godzilla for Halloween.
Oh, that is such a good costume.
No, it's not. It's
That is so
gross.
good.
So gross.
But there's no like slasher movie. There's no like the house is haunted, don't go in there type stuff. I
Well, I don't know, right?
I want to
Around
see
this
that
time of
movie. I want to see a movie literally just called That House is
That-
Haunted.
That
Don't
house
go
is
in
haunted.
there.
Don't go in there.
It's the only movie where the black guy lives.
But speaking
my
of M. Night,
God.
M. Night
Now I wanna
Shyamalan,
make
did you see the trailer for this new movie?
Which one?
That new M. Night Shyamalan movie?
He's got a new one.
Yeah.
News to me. What do you
Where
got?
it's just the name of the actor is escaping me. He kidnaps these 3
Cloris
girls,
Leachman.
and he has these girls in this
Helen
room,
Mirren?
and then he has like 20 different personalities. Would you stop? He has like 20 different personalities, and they all like are acting out these different roles. And one of them is the Beast, and the Beast is supposed to be coming, and he can like looks kind of wacky. Of course, it's gonna be the M. Night Shyamalan ending where it's like this weird thing you're never gonna see coming. But
Yeah, it turned out they're all the ghost of
who
Jim
knows?
Varney.
Yeah, right. Imagine. Which is one of the better the Halloween movies. It was
Ernest Scared Stupid?
Scared Stupid. Yeah.
What
Was it the milk that gets him?
That was the milk. Yeah.
Now you gotta fight the demons, the trolls with Miak.
Miak.
Terrible. Okay. Well, while we're on the subject, we'll touch on the. We want to talk about Plants vs Zombies, but we have like literally 4 minutes. I don't want to shortchange it. We can get to it maybe next week.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then, dude, I want to run down since we're in the spirit of the holiday.
Yeah.
Dude, Halloween specials, man. Where did the Halloween specials go? I missed
I don't
these
know.
so bad.
Yeah.
There used to be
Yeah.
so many good ones.
I just watch old. I
Yeah.
think they're just like resting on the laurels, watching the old ones. You know what I mean?
Well,
Every.
A lot of sitcoms have Halloween themed episodes, but they're not like the same thing as like Halloween special.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Well, it's just like I like Roseanne's Halloween.
Oh, those are
Yeah,
always
she
the
always
best.
that was always like the best ones.
The
You know what I mean?
intro was always the best. Like
Yeah.
the Halloween. For those who don't know, Roseanne always had a very special Halloween
Yeah,
episode,
it was
and
great.
it changed the intro, which would pan around the kitchen of them all eating usually, and there'd just be like Dan's missing his head, or like
Yeah,
they're eating
right.
severed hands, and
Yeah.
then Roseanne, I think though, on a quick note, I think was one of the most innovative sitcoms ever made.
It was great.
It was.
Yeah,
It was
it
really one
was.
of the first, also just blue collar, working
It was.
class
It was
dude
just really
sitcom.
funny, but it was like
Their Halloween ones
It was
were real
biting.
good.
You know what I mean? Kind of like
Yeah,
it's
their
kinda like
Halloween ones-
Louis. Is
Well,
now. It's funny, but you're like
Well, the thing with
heavy.
Louis is they had an episode which I constantly go back to where you got to watch them get mugged and then credits.
Yep.
So I mean that's taking it to like really experimental territory.
Right.
Roseanne kept it fun.
Yeah, until it didn't sometimes, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't afraid to get serious, but obviously it was lighthearted and
Yeah.
it sucked, you know what I mean? You're not making enough money,
Yeah.
Well, to bring it back to 6 degrees of separation,
Yeah,
Jim
but
Varney was on Roseanne as well.
Jim was.
But we don't have this. But your point is though, there really aren't the Halloween special like there used to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
An episode that you could watch anytime
Mhm.
that was kind of a self-contained Halloween event.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened with that with modern TV. I miss it.
The last one I remember seeing, Phineas and Ferb had a Halloween special, and before then, dude, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe-
there's so many.
Maybe
on
it's the
Adult Swim.
studios. Maybe the studios are just afraid
Part
to
of it is
produce
syndication.
some sort of offensive. Because Halloween and the things about Halloween
Well, we
are
got-
kind of offensive. It definitely is intended to horrify and to offend people.
But that's
And
ludicrous.
Well, we
this
got the
day of
Treehouse of
age,
Horror
Comedy
and stuff
folks-
still.
people
but
are a
that's-
little sensitive right now.
The Simpsons still does it,
The
but
Simpsons still
Cats
does
and
it.
They're
Jazz.
not as good.
How
though.
fucking-
They're not, but it's still doing it.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, we got to give it that.
I think the key identifier as to no, people still want this is how popular now is Jack Skellington and the concept of Nightmare Before Christmas. being
Right.
Both a
More pod-
Halloween
they
and Christmas
just
movie.
released new Hot Topic clothes for Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, there's.
Like
In
just this
2016.
season in
I mean,
2016.
and they do it live too. You
Well,
know
that-
what I mean? Like they had a big Nightmare Before Christmas at the Hollywood Bowl. Like, I
That's
saw
kind
a
of
picture like
sad,
that,
though,
they're
the
doing it.
fact that they're reverting to
'Cause there hasn't been
re-releasing
anything good.
something that's 25-ish years old,
There
or
hasn't
definitely
been
over
that.
20 years old.
We do that with
Big
Christmas though all the time, like Christmas specials and stuff. Like I watch
Yeah.
Garfield Christmas every year because it's the
Yeah,
funniest.
dude,
damn
when's the last
thing
time I
ever.
loved that cartoon when I was a kid? But when I was a kid, we're talking 20 plus years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, absolutely. You're right.
No, but what Johnny's kind of saying is like, how sad is it that what has replaced it? Nothing.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
where's
yeah.
where's a new movie that's super good Halloween?
Yeah, but
movie?
where's a new movie where
Where's-
they're not doing sequels all the time? Like they have to do remakes of
Yeah.
that. It's just
They're-
it's a product
studios
of the
are-
system. Yeah.
They're keeping it safe. Studios
Yep.
don't want to
Nightmare Before
try
Christmas
things new.
boring.
I don't
At the
think I don't
time.
even
Fun,
think
safe,
that's
and
safe
scary.
though. I don't think that's safe. It's easy. It's not safe because a lot of these sequels aren't making that much
No.
money. All these remakes aren't making that much money. It's just easy. I wouldn't
Well,
say it's
it's
safe.
good.
but
It's good that they're not making money because finally, hopefully, the studios will wake up and
Yeah, I don't know.
try to
It's been
fund
years
something new.
now. I
As
don't
someone
know.
named Macabre, I demand more Halloween content.
I will say.
I second that.
I think one of the things is
any favorites for you? Sorry.
Any favorites?
What's your favorite Halloween
Halloween?
anything? Real quick, what's your favorite Halloween? Anything Halloween? What do you watch every year?
I always say the Halloween Tree. The Halloween Tree is one of those specials that came on TV. It was about a bunch of kids who dressed in Halloween costumes, and then one of them died. But he died because he got sick, and his friends went on this quest to retrieve their friend's soul. And when they crossed over into like the world, the underworld, the world of the supernatural, they were imbued with the power, like the way they actually persevered is they were imbued with the powers of their costume. So the girl that's dressed as a witch, she got witch-like powers. You know, the kid who's dressed as the vampire got like vampiric powers. The kid dressed as the mummy, he could understand like the dead, and when they had to go through crypts, he was able to communicate with them. The vampire had like the ability to fly and communicate with bats and oversee the creatures of the night. You know, and even like the kid dressed as the pumpkin had the spirit of Halloween, was able to affect like the environment. And it was kind of cool. They
made a video game out of that called Costume Quest.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh man, I missed out on so much. But that's mine.
Mine's the Worst Witch.
The Worst Witch?
The Worst Witch. Gotta watch that every Halloween. The Worst Witch.
Mine is Return of the Living Dead.
All right, to be fair, that's the real good one. That's the one with the punks in the graveyard.
Yes,
right?
That's
one of the only, and for those who don't know real quick, I am terrified of zombies. It's one of the only zombie movies I will watch.
Yeah.
Just because I love that redheaded nudie chick dancing in the graveyard.
Really, you know, like Miguel Nunez with the Jerry curl going on?
The best scene in any movie ever. It also was the start of the fast zombies. Was Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And the smart zombies too.
They kept reusing the same clip of this like gas rising because they like spent $5 making that movie.
Yeah, you also couldn't kill them, I remember.
And the soundtrack is so amazing. Yeah, and you couldn't kill them. Yeah.
Adam, what's yours?
Well, I could name a bunch of horror movies, but I'm not gonna.
What is your Halloween go-to? You get one.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Halloween, where Carlton is Macaulay Culkin.
Oh my god!
And they all lose their money. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm bankrupt!" And all of a sudden he's like, "Ah!" It's so good. I don't know. It's just dumb. But yeah, a lot of horror movies, but doesn't mean they're good.
Worst Witch is super dumb. So. Because Tim Curry is a grand high wizard. If you
anything Tim Curry,
anything can happen on Halloween. Do yourself a favor. You got 2 more hours of Halloween on the East Coast. Check that out. Look up Anything Can Happen on Halloween. It's a song from The Worst Witch.
Yeah, get in the spirit, man.
You will not regret it. You will not regret it.
If people want to get scared to all hell, check out Ghostwatch. Don't research any of it at all. Don't research it. Ghostwatch, all one word. It's a British show back in the very early 90s. It's kind of like Blair Witch, but it's real. And it was filmed live and broadcasted live. Watch it. Don't research it. And it's free on YouTube. You can watch it for free completely. And that's the only place you can get it. It's so scary that it's banned in the UK. It broadcasted once live in the UK. This is the only thing I'm going to tell you about it. Broadcasted live once in the UK and got banned. People died because of that. They committed suicide. It was that scary.
Okay.
Ghost Watch. Check it out.
Thanks for taking it to the
And
extra
if you don't want that, you could watch Tim Curry singing Anything Can Happen on Halloween, and it will be spoopy, but not spooky. And now you know the difference.
And now you know the rest of the story. But I want to thank you for emphasizing that too, because for some reason when you said don't research it, I thought you were directing this kind of porno. All right, so DJ Herbie Herb off screen. You got a chime in for your favorite Halloween special?
I'm Sim.
All right.
Those two-part Halloween special Sim episode.
All right, he's with it. All right, and I would put another shout out for the Phineas and Ferb Halloween special, dude. It was a damn good show, and at least they're doing it in 2016. Oh, that was like 2014. Dude, that was like 2012. I'm old. All right, well, either way, Phineas and Ferb doing big things. If you're a juggalo, more power to you. All right, and Biking Mars for Mars. Somebody remembers it. All right, also
drink some Fago for us.
Oh, don't do that. Also, Asterios Kokkinos. Check them out at asterioskokkinos.com.
Kokomo.
Kokomo? Well, you'll get there faster if you take it slow.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, this has been the Geek Down here on WEMF. Wishing you a very, very, very happy Halloween.
Ooh.
With our spooktacular. Oh, that's what happened too. Those spooktacular savings ads and Thriller being co-opted by like Party City. That's what happened to the freaking Halloween specials. Damn it. But either way, we're not doing that here. We are represented by Alice Cooper in the spirit of Halloween.
That's right.
I want to thank you all for joining us here for another action-packed, fun-filled show. I want to remind you can catch us on SoundCloud /Geek Down. On iTunes, just search Geek Down. On Twitch.tv, if you're not watching, you should be. Twitch.tv/The Geek Down. And also catch us on YouTube. And we're all over the place on Facebook, on Twitter. Hit us up. Say, hey, if you heard anything on this show you want to chime in on, or introduce Herb to some actual, factual Halloween specials, hit us up at geekdownradio@gmail.com, or just go to the site, geek-down.com. And we'll catch you all next week right here on WEMFradio.com. Same bat time, same bat channel, Monday nights, 9 p.m. And until then, be excellent to each other. Corny.
Do you need a medical marijuana recommendation like I did? Do what I did. Can